This pretty top is our Paulette blouse, a pattern that we offer for free on our website and that you are going to love. Especially in this model that I am showing you here, in which we are going to create a completely reversible blouse. This is our original pattern for the Paulette blouse, which you can find on our website and use to make this blouse that we will see here. I'll leave the link to the pattern in the description box below the video. So this reversible blouse, I'm going to use a printed cotton fabric. I'll use 2 cottons with the same print but with the colors reversed. We have to cut the pieces in both fabrics. I will only use the bodice pieces of the front and back. The original Paulette blouse pattern has a ruffle at the bottom. In this case, I am going to omit the ruffle and lengthen the blouse by about 7 centimeters at the bottom. Lengthening the blouse is very simple. We will simply draw a line parallel to the bottom line on both the front and back pieces. To cut the side ties, we will use the neckline piece with a total length of between 30 to 35 centimeters. I am going to cut 4 loops from one of the fabrics and 4 loops from the other. With all the pieces cut, we can begin sewing. This pattern has a bust dart on the front and a shoulder dart on the back. We will draw the dart on the wrong side of the fabric, following the pattern markings. Then we will sew all the darts. On the back, we will also sew the shoulder darts and the center back seam. From the notch of the collar to the hem of the blouse, we will press the seam open and leave unsewn the part of the opening so that we can later put our head through. Next, we will join the front and back at the shoulders. We will follow this process separately for the pieces of one color and the pieces of the other. Once we have the 2 blouses at this point, we will begin to join them. We will start with the neckline. Place both pieces right sides together and pin the entire circular neckline. Stitch along the seam allowance, leaving the back aperture open. To ensure that the curved shape of the neckline fits better, clip the entire contour. Then turn the pieces inside out so they're wrong sides together. We will press the neckline line so that it lies flat. As the garment is reversible, it is very important that the seam is centered between both layers of fabric. Next, we will sew the 8 spaghetti straps. If you are not sure how to sew this type of strap, don't worry, because we have a tutorial on our blog where you can see the steps. Place the tapes on the sides of the front and back. For this design, I am going to place all the tapes of one color on the front and all the tapes of the other color on the back. I will pin the first tape just below the armhole within the seam allowance. I will place the second strip about 10 to 12 centimeters away. This is where it starts to get a little more confusing, because we have to line the entire blouse in sections. Let's start with the front. Starting at one side. I will place the pieces right sides together and sew the entire side and armhole until I reach approximately the shoulder seam. Patiently turn the fabric so that it is positioned right sides together. The shoulder is a little narrow and can be difficult. With the segment secured, we will sew along the seam allowance and clip all the curved areas of the armhole. Then we will turn the fabric over and press it. We will repeat this exact same process on the other side of the front. When we do this, the blouse will be at this stage. We have to close the bottom of the front. To do this, we will mark a segment more or less in the center with notches, which we will leave without stitches. As before, first one side and then the other. We will place the hem right sides together and sew a stitching from the side to the notch. We repeat the process on both sides, and we will be left with a closed hem with a small segment that we will have to sew by hand. We will follow a similar process on the back, but it will be easier because we have the neckline opening. Therefore, we will be able to do the entire contour from one shoulder to the other with a single stitch. With patience, we will place the entire contour of the piece right sides together. Secure it with pins and sew a stitch along the seam allowance. Finally, turn the garment inside out and press the entire contour. The loops will now be inserted into the sides of the pieces. To finish the center back opening, fold the seam allowance inwards and press. Do this on both sides of the opening. Finally, we will finish sewing these segments by hand. just as we have to do with the small opening that was left at the bottom of the front piece. To close the opening at the neckline, we will follow the same instructions as for the original Paulette blouse, with a loop and a button. And in this way, we have finished a super pretty blouse that we can wear either way.